few new additions to the tank. Hi everyone, it's Neil from Neil's Reef Aquarium. Hope you're all having a good week. So today we're going to have a look at a couple of new corals we got this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick through to the little unboxing videos of each of them. It's a couple of, it's only a few, less than a minute each, just to show you what I got and where I got them, and we will go straight and have a look at them. So this turned up today. I know where it's from. It's from Prestige Reef. It's something I ordered from his live stream the other day because he needed one more sale, but I don't think the value was there for him to. I think he had to beat last month's sales or something. So I don't usually buy online, but I was watching the stream and I thought I'll help him out and just had a flick through and just bought the first coral I saw, which was a neon green one. In fact, it wasn't the first one, but it's the one I wanted. I've wanted one of these anyway. So let's have a look. As we can see, it is packaged very, very good. Lots and lots of bubble wrap. I'll keep some of that. And here's the coral. Let's have a look. There we go. It's a neon green candy cane. Look at that. So I know he does dip him, and but I think I am going to dip it anyway myself. So I'm going to let it acclimate for a bit, and then we will give it a dip and get it in the tank. Let's do that now. Oh, acclimation. Let's have a little read of that. Oh, in fact, I know how to acclimate. I don't need to read that. Right, back in a sec. Right, so this is the torch I picked up from Reef Dreams yesterday, and I just want to show you now before it goes in the tank. But for the price, I think that was really good. You can see, look, 1, 2, possibly 3 heads. Well, I think it is. Look, it is actually 3 heads. For an Indo torch, an Indo blue tip torch, I think that is that's a bargain for what I paid. If you want to know what I paid, inbox me or something. So yeah. But I think, yeah, so I'm just dipping that now and we're going to get it in, and I think it's going to go there. But you'll see it when it's all looking nice and amazing with the candy cane. So yeah. So here's the neon green candy cane. Now it's not really giving it much justice here because I've got the whites on, or the whitishes on. But yeah, it was on Prestige Reef's site. Like I said, I wasn't planning on buying one, but he needed needed one more sale, so that's what I done. I just bought one, and I've been meaning to get one, a neon green candy cane anyway. That doesn't look too great here, but what I will do at the end of the video is I'll just do we'll go over. I'll put the blues on and we'll go over the tank so you can see how it pops, because it really does look good. So yeah, really happy. It's I think it's got like 2 heads on it. Not sure if it's going to stay there at the moment, but it's there for now. Yeah, it doesn't do it like much justice. It actually looks quite bad there, but it is actually really nice. I mean, the colours the lights aren't helping on the camera. So that's that one, and the other one, like we saw, it was the torch coral from it's an Indo blue tip torch from Reef Dreams, and here it is. And as you saw from the video there, it's got 3 heads on it, but it's really doing well at the moment. And we're going to have a look at it under the blues in a bit, but let's just have a look at it under the whites at the moment. But it's really, really good, and the colours really pop under the blues. It looks amazing. So really, really happy with that. And like I said, I think I said in the video I was going to put it down there, but unfortunately it didn't go. It was the walls were blocking it up too much. So but we will put something in there soon. But yeah, in the meantime, just to show you where it's going now, let's just zoom out so we can have a look. It's there. So we got the little neon green candy cane there as well. But yeah, it's you know, we're going to start adding some more corals. So that was the first, and like I said, I went to Reef Dreams and they actually let me in yesterday. Well, a few days ago, and yeah, it was nice to have a good look around, and I wanted to get something. I was looking at a few bits, and that's what we come up for. Thought that was good value for money, that one. So yeah, well, let's do an update of the tank. So not really much to update. Probably like previous weeks. Tank's really thriving at the moment. We know, I'd say it's stable, but we'll have a look at the parameters in a minute, and you'll have a look. But yeah, everything's going well. You can see my rock flower anemone has moved. I think in last week's video, if I just bring it around here, I think it had moved from there to there, and now it's on the move again, which is, it's in the corner there, and it seems to be getting a lot of food from there, because when you put the mysis in, it floats round and it sort of catches it. So, you know, I actually prefer it there because I can actually see it from the front of the tank. So really happy with that. Yeah, the zoas all looking all right. Yeah, they are reaching a bit, but that's all right. And like I said, I'm going to get the blues on in a bit. We're going to have a good look at it with the blues. But yeah, the algae, I think it is going. One thing I did add, I had another 6 snails this week. Like I said, I was going to. But I don't need to do a video on adding snails. It's quite boring, really. But they are part of the cleanup crew that we need, to keep our tanks looking nice. And so, you know what it's like. I've got hermit crabs in this tank, and what you'll find is when you do have hermit crabs, they will eventually, if one of the snails drops off, although they can turn themselves over, they will get them and just eat them. So you have to keep topping them up, and I could tell that they were running a bit low. So I've added another 6, and we'll probably add another 6. A few updates. Now, I don't know if you remember, just there was a green Montipora, but it was losing a lot of colour and it was looking horrible. If you look at the back, you could probably just see another one there. I'm not going to lie, I'm not really happy with it. I don't think it's getting enough light from there. So it was a freebie, so we've taken it out. But if you can see behind, we've got the red Monties, which I kind of prefer a lot more anyway, and they're starting to encrust on the rock, and they're looking half decent. So once they start to grow out, they'll look really cool. We have got another piece of it down there, and as you saw from previous videos, you can see it's starting to encrust a bit there, which is great. GSP's, it's thriving, it's looking good, it's isolated on the rocks, I don't have to worry about it going anywhere. Just need it to fill this last little section, and that's going to look amazing. And it is that neon green, the real fluorescent GSP. This torch is looking great, as usual. I love the colours on that. It was one of those factors I did want to add another, because I used to have one similar to this one, but it didn't survive, unfortunately, as many of my corals have perished during the last few months. Certainly when we used the Flux RX treatment, we lost a few. Let's have a little look at Houdini. There he is. Hello, mate. He's so cool, absolutely. And the more, every day goes by, he's brilliant with this little fella. He's got so much character. He really has. He is brilliant. But he's been cool this week. Yeah, he's he's just showing his character in it. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but in the evenings, under the blues, his colours really pop to electric blue dots, and they look amazing. And I absolutely love him. So what I'm going to do now, let's just take a look at the parameters for this week, and then we'll get some blues on, and we'll do a little tour of that. But regards to the fish, before we do that, Bicolour Blenny's alright. He's got a lot of character. You see the Royal Grammar there. We've got the yellow tangs somewhere, but he's hiding because he doesn't like to be on camera. We've got our clownfish there. Well, there's one of them. The other one's hiding, but he is there. I can see him. What else fish-wise? Where's the rest of the... We've got our Bengai Cardinal at the back. Just really doesn't really do much, bless him. He just stays. I made the mistake. I only got one of them. There's the yellow tang. It's a perfect example of a yellow tang. It really is beautiful. We got the little manda in there, just eating the pods that I added at the weekend. Only 8 packs, but he's getting nice and fat, so he's obviously thriving in this tank, and I'm pretty sure this tank is showing a lot of pod culture. You know, that you can tell they were growing in the refugium, because he never seems to be, you know, looking about for food. He's always constantly picking away, so there must be a lot in this tank. And like I said, I've added hundreds of packs over the last year or so. So yeah, like I said, let's have a look in the parameters, and then we'll get some blues on. Right, so let's have a look. So for this week, we've got nitrates at 10. So they pretty much doubled from last week, I think. Let's just have a look at what they were last week. There were 5. So yeah, they're at 10, but I don't mind that. Like I said, this tank's normally run at 20, and it's been fine. So happy with that. That will just be to the extra food that I'm feeding. We got pH of 8.05, phosphates of... Oh, it's all over. Sorry, phosphate is 0.08. We've got salinity at 33.4. Calcium at 440. Alk at 7.8. So that's taken a little drop. And magnesium at 1280. And as you can see underneath, I've put Vectra cleaned. And the reason for that is the water level had dropped considerably, probably about an inch during the week. And that was worrying the hell out of me, and I couldn't figure out what had happened with that. So I what's happened here? Let's just bring that back on here. So yeah, I was a bit worried about what had happened. So it turns out I just needed a clean, but I've only had it in there a few weeks, so it's probably going to have to be a more regular thing, at least once a month. But it was easy enough to clean. I watched a few videos on it, just an Allen key, takes it apart, and you can just get in there and give it a good clean. So yeah, so really happy with that, and it's all back to normal now. But it did panic me at one point because I couldn't figure it out. I was adjusting the flow, thought somebody might have adjusted the Vectra on the side there, and it wasn't that. And I adjusted the valve, and it wasn't that. So it just turns out I just needed a good clean, and because it had dropped down, it had filled up the sump a bit, so the RO probably had evaporated and not really kicking in a bit. So once we'd sorted that out, and it topped a load of RO back into it, which was fine because it was probably at 36 anyway. So there's been a bit of a salinity swing this week, but none of the corals are showing any distress, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, let's get the blues on, and we'll take a look at it with the blues. Right, so I've put the blues on just so you can really see the colours on this. I've got a filter on, by the way, an orange one, because you wouldn't see anything otherwise. But again, it doesn't do much justice, but it really does pop under the blues. Now if we just come back out, you can see again the lights. When the blues are on, there's usually no light outside because it's in the evenings, so there's a lot of reflection, so apologies for that, but they are popping loads at the moment, and the colours of that, and the neon as well. If we can just don't know if I can get it in focus, but the colours really pop on that. But I'll be honest, the camera's not really, I need to upgrade the camera at some point, but it's not really giving it the justice. But yeah, it does in the evenings. You know, certainly the torches looks absolutely amazing for the price. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, Indo blue tip torch, I think. Correct me if I am wrong, tell me in the comments. But you know, it's like with torches, they don't really have set names, so people call them all sorts. So but yeah, we're going to add some more torches around there. We're going to get some more hammers going around there, like I said before, and I think this is going to be a Goniopora garden now. So because I really want to give them another go. So yeah, really happy with that, and let's just come back to me, and then we'll have a quick chat. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. I want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. We have hit the 400 now, so we are on the road to 500. So if you are watching this and you aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you are notified when I upload, which is normally every single week. So big thank you to all of you lot. I hope you all did tune in on Friday to the live stream. If you haven't, go on to the Bearded Reef, which is Ross's channel, and you'll better rewatch it on there. It was the live stream that's every week, and I mentioned it. If you look at if you're watching my videos, I do mention it pretty much every week. It is brilliant. It's a great watch. They're a great bunch of lads. It's a good laugh. And I was on there last week as a guest, and it was really good to have a chat with the lads and, you know, talk reef tanks, and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, it was fantastic, and it was good to have a good chat with them. And make sure you tune in next week. I believe it's on, I want to say Paul's channel, Fish Palace, but maybe Muggsy's Aquarium. So I'll, you know, just keep an eye out on both of those. But make sure if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to all of them anyway, and Jay's Real Reef UK as well, because they're all amazing channels, and yeah, you know, and fantastic content. So yeah, big thanks to everyone who is subscribing, and yeah, a lot more content to go. We're going to be adding more and more corals to this tank, and it's only going to get better and better, like I say. So make sure you tune into that one, and I'll keep you up. You know, any updates. You know, if we need to do a midweek one, we will, but otherwise it will just be the weekend one as normal. Obviously, I didn't do yesterday because it was Easter Sunday, so I thought I'd give you something to watch on a bank holiday Monday. But until then, I'm going to see you next week. See ya.